Welcome in, everybody. The Duelers and the Rhythm here with you. Here from South Warren High School, Sam Reeves back with you. Enjoyed a few days off, but back at it with the grind here once again. The Duelers 2-0 when I was away, so maybe that means I should just stay away. I don't know. But either way, 17-6 on the year after the weirdest baseball game I've ever heard of or seen in my life yesterday. I was following along on Game Changer and listening to Brendan Evers. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed him. He does a tremendous job over there with Paducah. But anyways, 17-6 after a 2-0 doubleheader. Yesterday, a win technically 1-0 because of the forfeit yesterday. And then 2-0 in game one, and a legitimate 2-0 score over Paducah in the doubleheader. So that is where we sit here at South Warren High School. The full count Rhythm are 16-8. They are 1.5 games behind your Duelers. We will quickly go through the starting lineups here with you today, starting with the visiting full count Rhythm. They are managed by Josh Carmen. Leading off, the shortstop, Levi Perel. Hitting second, the catcher, Ryan Miller. Hitting third will be the center fielder, Henry Mosley. Hitting fourth, the first baseman, Tyler Franks. Batting fifth for the Rhythm, at third base, Drew Lowry. Hitting sixth in right field, Henry Jackson. Batting seventh for full count is the designated hitter tonight, Harrison Travis. Batting eighth will be Hudson Mims. He's at second base. And batting ninth is the left fielder, J.J. Abrams, with Nick James on the mound. Again for the Rhythm, Perel, Miller, Mosley, Franks, Lowry, Jackson, Travis, Mims, and Miller, with Nick James on the mound. For the Duelers, managed by Kyle Schexnader, they will start this way. Leading off, the designated hitter, Jackson Norris. Hitting second at first base, Mark Castle. Hitting third in center field, Sam Slaughter. And the cleanup spot tonight at third base is Jay Curtis. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Jackson Musrock. Hitting sixth in right field, Jonathan Evans. Batting seventh for the Duelers. At second base, Matt Jenkinson. Batting eighth and doing the catching tonight for Franklin will be Brett Rowell. And rounding out the starting nine for the Duelers in left field, Bryce Cape. Joel Martinez will be the starting pitcher tonight. Again for the Duelers, it's Norris, Castle, Slaughter, Curtis, Musrock, Evans, Jenkinson, Rowell, and Cape, with Joel Martinez on the mound. We are 10 minutes away from the opening pitch. We'll take one final break. Be back with another quick pregame segment at the start of this ballgame between the Duelers and Rhythm. Don't go anywhere on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in at South Warren High School, Sam Reeves here with you. Another edition of Duelers Baseball, and this is a big one, as is every game this year, but especially games against the full count rhythm. And this is another one of those. On the year, the Duelers with a 2-1 record against full count. We play them here tonight, and then on the road in Hendersonville at Drakes Creek Park on Sunday evening. Gonna have a lot of games between these two teams coming down the stretch. That last day of the regular season is coming up in just about 2.5 weeks, July 19th. And then it's playoff baseball time. As Joe Martinez tossing his warm-up pitchers uniforms today, the Franklin Duelers in their home blue uniforms, all royal with the royal uniforms and the royal pants. The blue numerals and lettering trimmed in red and gray. The visiting full count rhythm in their sky blue, maybe you could call it teal blue tops, with the white pants and white numerals trimmed in navy. So that is how we look. The rhythm and the Duelers is not 8-0. I'll fix that. I wish it was. I guess from Du Bois, and Du Bois County was that score. It's now accurate, 0-0. As we're ready to go. It will be Joe Martinez on the mound against the top of the rhythm order here in the top of the first. Levi Perel, Ryan Miller, and Henry Mosley to lead off this ball game. Starting first with Levi Perel.
Leading off for the rhythm, number 2, Perel.
The junior from Catawba University in Lexington, North Carolina. Stands 6 feet, weighs in at 170 pounds. The right-handed hitter will dig in the box, and Joe Martinez is about ready to go with the first pitch of this ball game, and here it comes. On the outside corner, called strike one. On the year for Joe Martinez. Has a couple of hiccups recently, but overall still good numbers as he peers in to get the sign from Raul. He's from the windup to begin this ball game. And the 0-1 pitch. That's on a line to center. Slaughter will glide over to the right, to his left, as the case may be, and make the catch. That is out number 1 on a fly out to Sam Slaughter.
Number 32, Miller.
Well, that'll bring up Ryan Miller, the catcher now. Redshirt freshman from the University of Tennessee is Miller. As first pitcher Martinez, that's on a line over the head of the shortstop Musrock and into left center. That'll go all the way to the wall. Miller rounds first into second. The throw in from Cape is not in time. And that's a ringing double in the left center gap for Miller. Man in scoring position now with one down for the rhythm in the top of the first. And Henry Mosley will come up. Back to Martinez. I can't get it in. He's working too quickly. But anyways, on the year, 5 appearances, 4 starts, 3-0 record, 20 1/3 innings, 17 hits, 11 runs, all 11 earned, 8 walks, 20 strikeouts, and a 4.87 ERA for Joe Martinez. He faces the 3-hole hitter, Henry Mosley now, with Miller on second and 1 down. Here in the top of inning number 1, the pitch. That's inside, blocked by Brett Rao, ball 1. Henry Mosley from Trevecca. He's college teammates with Jonathan Burns and James Dixon. As the next pitch, that's a pop-up into right field that actually ended up almost getting to the warning track. Off the bat, it looked like a clean old pop-up, but it carried enough to allow Miller to advance to third on a tag. But it's caught by Evans out there, and there's 2 down now with a man on third. For the cleanup man, Tyler Franks.
Now batting number 4, Franks.
Tyler Franks is an interesting one. He didn't play a lot at the beginning of the year and has gotten really hot lately. Excuse me. In the second game of the doubleheader against Hoptown, the game that followed our game at Bowling Green Ballpark last weekend, it was Hoptown in full count, and it was a tremendous ball game. Tyler Franks had a go-ahead 3-run homer in the top of the 9th, but the rhythm gave up 4 runs in the bottom half to Hoptown as that pitch is lined down the line and right. That'll get down, an RBI single for Franks, and his hot streak continues. It's now 1-0 full count on the 2-out RBI from Franks. But yeah, Franks has been hot lately,
Lowry.
and it continues now as he gives the full count rhythm an early 1-0 lead here. Drew Lowry now, the Belmont product, will dig in from Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Pitch, that's swung on and missed, strike one. Lowry will be teammates of our own Sam Slaughter next year, which will be interesting to see as Lowry plays a little bit of outfield and infield, starting at third here tonight. Martinez from the stretch with Franks on first, and the pitch. Off the outside corner, just barely apparently. And that is a ball one. 1-1 is your count. One player who's not in the lineup tonight for a full count is Cooper Holbrook, the Vanderbilt commit. Pitch. That's a chopper. Mustrock, a long throw in time to get him as Curtis ducked out of the way. And that will win the inning, but one run across for full count. On 2 hits and 1 man left on base. Going to the bottom of inning number 1 with the Duelers coming up. It's 1-0 full count on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network. Bottom of inning number 1. It's 1-0 rhythm. Pitch to Jackson Norris from Nick James is low, ball 1. Jackson Norris had a tremendous doubleheader yesterday, or so I saw from afar. And he's now leading the team in average, and the entire Duelers roster is Jackson as the next pitch catches the outer black, and it's 1-1. On the year for Jackson Norris as he swings and misses, it's 1-2 now. 43 at-bats, 9 runs, 17 hits, 4 doubles, 1 homer, 16 RBIs, and a .395 average. The 1-2. That's on a line right to Tyler Franks, who catches it in the air for out number 1. 1 down now for Mark Castle.
What's that?
The 1 homer Norris did have was against full count. It was a big one last time he played these guys. Mark Castle will dig in now from Young Harris College in St. John's, Florida. As he swings at the first pitch and pops it up to deep second. Out goes the second baseman. That is Hudson Mims to bring it in, and a quick 2 outs for Nick James here in the bottom of the first.
Really? Just like moved out of the way.
Now batting number 23, Slaughter.
And now Sam Slaughter, who had a rough game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday, had 4 strikeouts, which he's never done, at least not this season. And he's a guy that doesn't usually strike out in general. So 0 for 4 with 4 Ks. He may have been 0 for 5, honestly, as I know we had 4 Ks for sure. As the press box put it, he's due, and that's an accurate statement. That's the first pitch is ball 1. Nobody on, 2 outs. Pitch from James. That's off the inside corner, ball 2. 2-0. Sam's still hitting the ball well, at least on the year, although his numbers have been decreasing ever so slightly. 2-0 pitch on the outer half, strike 1. James gets his sign from the windup, the 2-1 pitch. That's low in the dirt, blocked by Miller. Not that it matters because nobody's on base, but it's a 3-1 count now to Sam Slaughter. On the year for Sam, a .328 average, 22 hits, 7 doubles, 1 triple. The 3-1. Lots on a line to center, to left center, and that'll go all the way to the wall. 7 round first. He's into second with a stand-up double. Slaughter plugs the gap in left center off the taller center field wall. Pulls into scoring position with still 2 down. Now for Jay Curtis.
Now batting number 38, Curtis. Come on, great placements. Here we go.
Jay Curtis from the University of Dayton. 264 average. Day's been hot lately too. And to be honest with you, the entire Duelers team has, as we've won 7 straight games and we're 17-6 overall with 17 straight wins, or not 17, excuse me, 7 straight wins. Pitch to Curtis, fell off first base side, 0-1. Nick James faced this. We faced Nick James before. I'm flipping back on my scorecard. I'll try to find it for you next inning. See exactly what he did, as it's an 0-1 count to Curtis. Slaughter on second. Pitch on the ground, foul between the legs of first base coach Will Allen, and it's 0-2.
Nah, I don't know where I heard that. Mid-80s. Yeah.
0-2 to Curtis. Sam Slaughter on second. Bottom of the first inning. 1-0 full count. 2 outs. And the pitch from James. Well, that's a blooper. Will it fall? No. Into the glove of the second baseman Hudson Mims for out number 3. Duelers with 1 hit. 1 man left on. Nobody home in the bottom of inning number 1. And after 1 complete here from South Warren High School, your score full count rhythm 1 and the Duelers nothing. As we head to inning number 2 on the Duelers Baseball Network. We'll be right back. Back in.
For the rhythm, number 15.
Top of the second. Henry Jackson, the hitter. Joe Martinez back on the mound with the high red socks today, as Joel usually wears. Pitch Well, that's on a line, and that will hang up in the air. Jonathan Evans glides in a few steps to bring it in. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the second.
I did too. Just kind of stayed up.
1 out, nobody on. Now for the DH, Harrison Travis, excuse me. Wearing number 12 in the teal uniform tonight. Carson Newman University, the pitch. That's thrown away, ball 1. Born and raised in Saudi Daisy, Tennessee.
Now batting number 12, Travis.
On the year for Travis, a 266 average. Pitch. That's in the air to right center. Over goes Slaughter and Evans. It will be John Evans to make a very nice running catch. As he hits the edge of the track, made it look easy, but not an easy play for out number 2.
Now batting number 1, Mims.
Oh, that was a very good. Nice, efficient work here. Keep it going.
Few pitches and 2 outs. Joel's working quick here in the inning, getting outs with contact.
Right down the middle. They're not going to see.
And now Hudson Mims, the hitter. Check swing. It's called strike 1. 0-1 your count. The 0-1 pitch. A little bit inside, maybe low as well. Ball 1. 1-1 your count. To Hudson Mims from Kennesaw State University and Macon, Georgia. The pitch. On the ground. Over goes Musrock behind the back. Fields and throws, and that's in time. Joel Martinez with effective work here in inning number 2. No hits, nobody left on, and nobody home here for the Rhythm. We head to the bottom of the second here at South Warren with the Rhythm up 1-0 on the Duelers Baseball Network.
It's the same as last time.
Jackson Musrock to lead off the second for the Duelers. Pitch is on the outside corner, strike 1. Musrock moved down in the order here tonight. He's been up at the top 1 or 2 here recently, but moved down to the 5 hole. Pitch is past the pitcher, off his glove and deflected, and no play. An infield single for Jackson Musrock here to start off the inning. Not solid contact, but the Duelers will gladly take it. Musrock on first base with nobody down.
Number 26, Evans.
And now Jonathan Evans will dig in. Bat on his shoulder, the left-handed hitting outfielder with Musrock on first. Pitch off the outside corner, ball 1. Next pitch is in there, across the knees, and it's strike 1. 1-1 to Jonathan Evans from Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Evans hitting .244 on the season. The 1-1 pitch. Upstairs, check swing. And no swing, says the field umpire. It's funny. Ryan Miller pointed over to third like an umpire would be there, and because of the positioning of the three-man crew, the third base umpire was all the way on the first base side of second when he pointed. But no swing. It's 2-1 and the pitch. Well, that's right down the middle. It's 2-2 to Jonathan Evans. Two balls and two strikes. Musrock at first base, nobody down, and the 2-2 from Nick James. That's fouled off, and Evans will stay alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck for the Duelers, Matt Jenkinson. Nick James on the mound for a full count. Musrock on first after an infield single just a moment ago. And a throw back to first, Musrock back in standing. On the year for Jonathan, I said a 244 average and a 469 OBP. 11 hits, 1 double, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. The 2-2. Swung on and missed at a slider in the dirt. That's a strikeout for Nick James. That is K number 1 on the day. And 1 down here in the second. Now Matt Jenkinson back at second today. He's been playing a decent amount of short as well. Also do a little bit of pitching, as he will dig in the right-handed hitting infielder, primarily at least. First pitch to Matt. Right fouled back at us, and it's strike 1. On the year for Jenkinson, 247 average, 73 at-bats, 16 runs, 18 hits, 6 doubles. Musrock leads off first. James gives him a look, and the next pitch is attempted to be framed, but it's clearly off the outside corner for ball number 1. 1-1 your count. As the strikes on our scoreboard tonight is not working properly, so I may screw up counts more than I even usually do. As the next pitch is lined down the line and right, and it's foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Matt Jenkinson. On deck, the 8-hole hitter and catcher Brett Rowell. As Matt will step out of the box and now dig back in. Right foot now left and the bat on his shoulder. Pitch. That's popped up. Will it stay in play? Over to give it a look is Jackson. A long run. Can't quite get there, but good hustle. A lot of foul territory down the lines in the outfield here at South Warren High School. Jackson will jog back to his spot in right field and await another 1 ball and 2 strike pitch to Matt Jenkinson. Nick James ready, looks at first and the pitch. And the dirt blocked nicely by Miller. 2-2. James looks in to get the sign of the 2-2. On a line, over the second baseman's head and into right center. Around second, heading to third is Musrock. The throw over to third is not in time, as Musrock is in there standing up, and on the throw to third. Over to second goes Matt Jenkinson. A great piece of 2-strike hitting, and the Duelers are on business. Runners second and third with only 1 down for the catcher, Brett Rowell. Go ahead run on second base here for Brett. Brett hasn't quite found it at the plate so far this year. This is a good time to start with runners second and third, 1 down against a good, talented full count team and one we're battling with back and forth all season. First pitch is off the corner, ball 1. On the year for Rowell, a 103 average. 29 at-bats, 7 runs, only 3 hits. 7 walks, 10 strikeouts. 1-0 pitch. That's on a line, and that will get down in front of the center fielder, and Mosley misplays it. It goes behind him. 2-run score. The Duelers take the lead on an RBI single by Brett Rowell. Right on cue. That's a good time to start hitting.
Do we actually have fans today or what?
The Duelers take a 2-1 lead.
Do we actually?
On an RBI hit from Brett Rowell.
Batting number 5, Kate.
Stands are louder than normal right there.
Officially, that's a 1 RBI single for Rowell, but one is definitely better than none. And on the scoreboard, it's 2. So one earned run charged to James, the other one unearned. It's 2-1 Duelers. I'll fix the score in a second. There's the batter's Bryce Cape and the pitch. That's outside. Ball 1-1-1. It is 2-1 your count. And the pitch. That's high and away. And it's 3-1. A good hitter's count up coming from Bryce Cape, who's been very efficient at the bottom of the order for the Duelers. Kyle Schexnayder likes to have him down there. And he's been hitting the ball very well. The pitch. Fouled straight back. Just missed it in a full count at 3-2. The 3-2 swung on and missed strike 3, and Cape slams his bat down in disgust. Out number 2. Top of the order now for Jackson Norris.
Now batting number 20, Norris.
Norris, a left-handed hitting DH. First pitch is swung on and missed strike 1. Norris lined out the first to open the bottom half of the inning, and the first just an inning ago. We are here in the second. It's 2-1 Duelers in the pitch. Runner takes off, pitch in the dirt. Throw down to second by Miller is into center field, but backed up nicely by the second baseman. That is Mims, and Brett Rowell, the catcher, with a stolen base. Who said catchers couldn't run? A lot of people, but I guess Brett Rowell can, at least on that instance. We will take it. Just to prove the point a little further, that's Brett Rowell's first stolen base on the year. He's now stolen a base and been caught one time. And he's in scoring position for Norris. Pitch. Swung on and missed on a fastball upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's 2-1 Duelers now, as I still haven't fixed the score. I'll take care of that now for you. 2-1. And a 1-2 count. Pitch from James. Swinging a foul ball. Norris stays alive on a pitch inside. And the count holds at 1 ball, 2 strikes here at South Warren High School. A hot night, but I can't complain. We can't complain. We're in the press box up here, so we have... That's the one place on the entire facility that has air conditioning. So we're lucky up here. The 1-2 to Norris. On the way. Swung on and missed at a breaking ball. Norris would like it to have that swing back. And that will end the inning, but not before the Duelers add or score 2 runs, the first 2 of the game for Franklin. 2 runs on 3 hits. And 1 man left on base. That's Brett Rowell at second as we head to inning number 3 on the Duelers Baseball Network. Your score, Duelers 1, Rhythm nothing. We'll be right back. I'll correct myself before we even leave. It's Rhythm 1, not nothing. My bad. We'll be back. In the top of inning number 3 as we head to the 3rd inning. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Rhythm. Starting with the left fielder, J.J. Williams. I don't remember we've seen him yet so far this year, at least against us. First pitch on the bottom of the zone. Strike 1 from Joel Martinez. As Williams, a right-handed hitting outfielder, and left tonight. And the pitch is low and away for ball number 1. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Now let's see here what we got on Williams. From Lee University, born and raised in Franklin, Tennessee. Pitch inside. 2 balls and 1 strike, I believe. It is your count on J.J. Williams. 9-1-2 due up for the Rhythm. 2-1 Duelers here in the top of the 3rd. Pitch off the wrist, it looked like. And Williams will take first on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. Lineup turns over now for Levi Perel.
Back to the top of the order, number 2, Harold.
Williams is on first base with nobody down.
Yeah.
Field looks awful.
Yeah,
That area
Such
is-
a dry spot.
it's gonna look,
Pitch
but not right now.
in there. Strike 1.
I'll let them pay her. I got the nuts and such.
Martinez pitch on the ground is slowly hit. Must rock to second for 1. Jacobson to first. Not in time. Field is choice and a nice quick turn though by Musrock to Jenkinson to at least have a chance. That's 1 down. 6-4 on the fielder's choice.
Where's he playing?
Now batting number 32, Miller.
Ryan Miller, the hitter now.
Mid-major.
That pitch is inside, ball 1 to Ryan Miller. Double and up at number 1 for Ryan. Runner at first is now Perel. As he and Williams just traded places on the fielder's choice. And another hit by pitch on a slider inside off the leg of Miller. He'll take first base. That's 2 hit by pitches in the inning for Joel Martinez. And runners first and second now for Henry Mosley. Mosley flew out to Evans and right his first time up. It's 2-1 Duelers here on the top of inning number 3. Mosley, the right-handed hitting center fielder. Pitch. And the dirt blocked by Rowell. Runners stay where they are. It's 1-0. We're at South Warren on a Friday evening. Duelers tomorrow travel back to Hoptown. I don't know how many of you remember the last time the Duelers were at Hoptown. It was very exciting. Pitch is popped up. Rowell to give it a look, but it's out of play. And it's 1-1.
This reminds me of in like the playoffs this past season at Kentucky Wesleyan Nate's College. The ump was standing there, and our shortstop was mad because that's where he wanted to play, and the guy was blocking his view, and so he's arguing with the umpire. I'm like, no, I'm not moving.
And the pitch.
And so he moved over here, and they hit the ball exactly where the umpire was. Never.
It's outside and ball 2. 2-1 you count to Henry Mosley. Runners first and second. Perel second, Miller first. Pitch just off the corner, ball 3.
It must have been a right or a left-handed batter. So the shortstop wanted to play over.
Martinez has got to pound the zone. Pitch to contact here. Strikeout wouldn't be bad either, but he is behind the count. 3-1 and the pitch. On the corner, good spot. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Couldn't have placed that ball any better, even if you just dropped it on the plate. 3-2, full count to Henry Mosley. First and second, 1 down. Top of the third. A big pitch here early. And here it is. It's poked. Second baseman Jenkinson to first. In time to get him. Tremendous play by Matt Jenkinson, and also good awareness by Mark Castle to realize that the only play anybody had on it was Jenkinson, so to go back and cover the bag at first. He got there just as the throw was arriving, and also they just beat the runner Mosley to the bag, so that's out number 2, but now 2 runners in scoring position with 2 down for Tyler Franks. The pitch, that's in there, strike 1. This is a big at-bat early in this game. The 4-hole hitter for the Rhythm. It's 2-1 Duelers in the third, but the Rhythm have second and third with 2 down against Joe Martinez. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. First, Joe will step off the rubber, and also Frank's out of the box with 1 foot. Now back in. Bat on his shoulder, left-handed hitting first baseman. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2.
Make a baseball move.
You have to. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
It's just added to
Because of timing. We're on a timing thing now.
It's so stupid. That makes me.
Franks, bat on his shoulder, 0-2 your count, and the pitch.
I think 20.
On a line, 1 hop to Musrock. Good pickup on a backhand. Throw to first. Did Castle dig it? Yes, he did. What a play by Mark Castle on a throw in the dirt by Musrock, and his big first baseman picks him up. That saves 1 run at least.
That's Mark right there. That's big.
That's a tremendous play by your first baseman, Mark Castle. It was a good pickup by Musrock, but threw it low and in the dirt, and Castle dug him out. End of the top of inning number 3. We head to the 4th, 2 men left on, and no runs home for the Rhythm in that half inning. Going to the 4th, it's 2-1 Duelers on the Duelers Baseball Network. Duelers Baseball is brought to you by Condo Flooring and Installation. For all your flooring, tile, and backsplash needs, Condo Flooring is the right choice. Contact Phil Condo at 931-561-8607 for more information today.
Tonight's third inning.
Also, El Mazatlan Mexican Restaurant and Grill, located at 1403 Nashville Road. El Mazatlan is a proud supporter of the Duelers.
As well as images of your baby's heart.
Holly J's Bar and Grill. You can find them at 1326 Nashville Road in Franklin. Excuse me. They are available for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. We appreciate their continued support of Duelers Baseball. El Potrero Cantina and Grill, located at 270 Trotters Lane in Franklin. Elpo is a proud supporter of the Duelers. Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. If you need mortgage assistance in the Bowling Green area, contact Kelly Ann Sanders at 270-421-3157 today. And now back in. Mark Castle, after his tremendous play to end the last half inning, will step to the box now to lead off the bottom half of the third. First pitch is thrown away, ball 1 from Nick James. Castle's pick saved at least 1 run, and if it would have rolled far enough, maybe 2. The 1-0 pitch fouled off first base side. 1-1 your count.
I almost got to leave it in this view because the sky.
I was enjoying a nice sky overhead at South Warren. It honestly looks better on the screen than it does in person, but it's pretty cool in person too. Pitch. Well, that's fouled off third base side, and it's 1-2.
Make a baseball move. Wouldn't that be quicker?
Want to give a quick thank you to
Baseball move just to reset the clock.
people in our press box with us tonight. It's Clayton Taylor running your cameras tonight.
For no reason.
Pitch.
They want to get rid of
That's up the middle, slowly hit. Mims over behind the bag, and a quick throw in time to get Castle 1 up, 1 down in the bottom of the third. So it was Clayton on the cameras. He was back on the mound for his first time since his injury yesterday and pitched pretty well, so it's good to see him back out there. Also,
Now batting number 2.
Jacob Hernandez up here as usual, running the scoreboard. Hernandez will start against Hoptown tomorrow, so tune into that one. And then Mr. Charlie Cunningham doing our game changer in PA tonight. We appreciate his help. As Jay Sutherland is out of town this week, so we appreciate Mr. Cunningham's assistance. He's been our go-to guy all season, and he's always been willing and able to step up, so we appreciate that. As it's 1-1, the count to Sam Slaughter. Nobody on, one down. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Duelers. 1 run, 2 hits for the Rhythm. No errors on either side. The pitch is swung on and missed at a pitch low and in the dirt. It's 1-2 to Slaughter. Here in the bottom of inning number 3, Duelers coming off of a tremendous game. 2 games yesterday, actually. Both 7-inning games and 2 wins. The pitch. That's a chopper on the ground, first base side. Frank's in foul territory. So that's a dead ball, and it's still 1-2 to Slaughter.
We got on the bus at 1:45 and didn't get back till 3 a.m.
As speaking of the games yesterday, the Duelers were on the road a long time. Got on the bus to leave here at 1:45 as Slaughter's down swinging for out number 2. 1:45 and didn't get back here to the South Warren parking lot until 3 a.m. So that's a long, long day. I guess 2 wins helps a little bit, but still very, very long. I was actually texting our head coach, Kyle Schexnader, as I was on my way to the airport from the East Coast at about 4 a.m. this morning, 3 o'clock Central Time, about the crazy ending last night, thinking he wouldn't reply until the morning. And little did I know, seconds after I sent the text, he sent me a reply and said, "Hey, we just got back." I said, "Wait, what?" Yeah, it was a long day at the office for the boys, but got 2 wins and are now sitting at 17-6, so can't complain too much. As Jay Curtis is the hitter now. And Nick James will pause as Curtis steps out, now back in the box. Taps the plate, now bat on his shoulder. And the pitch. That's low and inside. 1-2 your count, I believe. So once again, the strikes on the scoreboard is not functioning properly tonight, so I may mess up more counts than I normally do, and I already mess up too many, so I apologize for that. As the next pitch is low and in the dirt, gets past Ryan Miller. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Jay Curtis, nobody on, 2 down, bottom of the 3rd.
No.
Pitch is fouled off, and it stays at 2-2.
We planned on just going with ones like the rest of our guys that we got. We all just like Jacob just wanted all of us pitchers to go 1-1-1 after Dixon threw his 2, and then we ended up going into extras. So Lasso had to throw. He wasn't supposed to throw.
Right.
And then we were like, we can't throw you anymore. So we were just like,
And Nick James,
throw strikes. Like just start over.
pitch. That's on the ground. A nice pick up at 3rd over there. And Lowry throws a nice pick by Franks on the other end. Nice play on both ends for the Rhythm. To end the bottom of inning number 3. Nobody left on no hits. No runs scored either for the Duelers. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, we head to inning number 4 from South Warren. It's still 2-1 Duelers on the Duelers Baseball Network. Exactly. Back in the fourth. First pitch to the leadoff man. That's flown deep into left center, but Slaughter ranges back at the edge of the track and makes the catch. One pitch and one out for Martinez here in the fourth.
Now batting number 50.
As Lowry was retired. And now Henry Jackson. After a little bit of some more work in the first from Martinez, he's really settled down here in the last few innings. Has been really lowered his pitch count, pitch to contact a lot better these last few frames. And one pitch and one out here in the fourth. And Henry Jackson will dig in now. Flew out to right his first time. First pitch crosses at the knees for strike one. But back to the game in Paducah yesterday. Duelers won the first one 2-0. And then, I believe it was 2-0. At least that's what I remember. Clayton Taylor says yes. So it was 2-0. And then the second game, we were up 5-1 going to the bottom of the seventh, which was essentially the ninth because doubleheaders in the OVL are 7-inning games. And Isidro Jimenez gave up some runs to tie it. It was aided by a couple of errors by the Duelers infield as well. And then in the 10th inning, so it goes all the way to the 10th, and what could have been over in the 6th or 7th, your manager Kyle Schexnayder realizes that Paducah has a player playing in the game that is not on the line. It again in the 10th inning when he came up to hit. And the rule states in the OVL rule book that if you play a guy not on your lineup card in a game, you have to forfeit the game, as the next pitch is flown into right. And Jackson is retired for 2 down. So anyways,
Batter number 12, Travis.
once Kyle caught it, the game essentially ends. The score in the book is 1-0. They wipe out all the runs, and it's officially a 1-0 game. It's a forfeit for Paducah. We do get the win, though. And the first pitch to Travis is fouled straight back, strike one. But the interesting thing, too, is in the 10th inning, Quincy Smith was brought in to pitch because we were out of pitchers, at least that were ready to throw or able to throw available. Quincy hadn't pitched in I don't know how long, as the next pitch is flown into left center. Slaughter calls off Cape and brings it down for out number 3. No runs, no hits, nobody left. And the top of inning number 4, it's still 2-1 Duelers. I'll finish up the story on last night's game after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in Duelers Baseball, as Sam Reeves is here with you. Thank you all for joining us here on this Friday evening. Bottom of inning number 4. It will be 5, 6, and 7. Musrock, Evans, and Jacobson. First pitch to Jackson is a fastball swung on and missed, strike one. Nick James still out there for the rhythm in his 4th inning of work.
56 pitches.
With 56 pitches. As the next pitch is low and inside, ball 1. 1-1 to Musrock. As Jackson will step out. Of those 56 pitches for Nick James, 38 of them for strikes so far. As Musrock digs back in, right-handed hitting shortstop and the pitch. The 1-1 is low and inside, ball 2, 2-1. Finishing up the story about last night's game 2 of the doubleheader, Quincy Smith, who's not a pitcher at all, who was pitching in the 10th because we had no pitchers, as Musrock had to leap out of the way on a pitch inside and take ball 3. That's 3-1. But Quincy Smith was in trouble. Paducah, as the home team, could have walked it off in the 10th. They had runners first and second and a 3-1 count to the hitter Bogart when the game was called as a forfeit when Kyle caught it on the roster, or the fact that he wasn't on the roster, as the 3-1 pitch. That's in there, strike 2, or thereabout, on the outside corner. But yeah, Duelers were probably likely going to lose the game in that inning if things were to continue to go as planned, but we got the win, as it's now 3-2 to Musrock. As apparently that's the third time Delta Cleary, the Chiefs manager, has made that mistake this year, which is kind of hard to imagine. 3-2. That's up the middle. Slowly hit, but right to the second baseman, Mims. He'll throw to first. It's closer than it maybe could have been. But Musrock is retired for out number 1.
Next batter, number 26, Evans.
Jonathan Evans, your hitter. Struck out swinging his first time up. Pitch. Well, that's on a sharp line, but on the ground to the first baseman, Franks. He'll take it to the bag. A quick 2 outs for Nick James here in the 4th. After the 3 unassisted by Evans, that'll bring up Matt Jenkins, who had a double and scored his first time up. Excuse me. First pitch is in the strike 1. Trying to get my scorecard caught up. Figure out what Jay Curtis did his last time up as I'm digging through as we go. It's an 0-1 count and the pitch. Well, that's low ball 1. And the next pitch is also in there, 1-2 your count. And the next pitch is swung on and fouled off. It's 1-2 and the pitch to Matt Jenkinson. That's low ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 2 outs and nobody on. Bottom of the 4th. 2-1 Duelers here from South Warren. Shackleton will step out. Now back in as the pitch is fouled off first base side and the count holds at 2-2. Pitch is in there, strike 3 call. Looking, down goes Jenkinson. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We head to the 5th inning of play here from South Warren.
4th inning is brought to you by Heidi Parks.
2-1 your score. Duelers in front on the Duelers Baseball Network.
Photography on social media.
As we're back in, top of the fifth, and what may be Joel Martinez's final inning as a Dueler. He's on an inning count from his collegiate teams, going from Fullerton Community College up to Cal State LA at Division II. Joel's been a tremendous asset to the Duelers. What may be his final inning of the Duelers summer. We'll see. Pitch, that's in there. Strike one. 2-1 your count. Spent the last inning break trying to get caught up on my scorecard. Put at bats in the wrong column. Threw me all off, but we should be okay. As that pitch is swung on and missed, strike two. 2-2, an even count of twos here in the fifth. First man up is Hudson Mims, followed by Williams and Levi Perel. Pitch. Swung on and missed on a slider, low and away. A beautiful pitch and a chase by Mims. 1 up, 1 down here in the fifth. Now J.J. Williams from Lee University, born and raised in Franklin, actually. Pitch is in there, strike one.
This might be 31.
0-1 your count. And the pitch. Not the chopper on the ground, third base side foul, as Curtis will grab it on a hop, but in foul territory, so it's no balls and 2 strikes. Here on the top of the fifth, South Warren High School, Sam Reeves here with you. Thank you all for joining us. Duelers at 17-6, a game and a half up on their opponent tonight. Full count rhythm came in at 16-8. 0-2 from Joel. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 swinging. 2 strike Ks for Joel. And this half of the fifth.
Top of the order, number 2.
And now the top of the order with Levi Perel. Perel will step out. On the day for Levi, a 6'4" fielder's choice ground out and a fly out the center pitch. Low ball 1. Perel will dig back in and await the pitch from Martinez. On the way. That's just off the corner. Ball 2. 2-0 your count. 2 balls and no strikes to Perel. Martinez dropped his glove. Going to fix his pants over his knees just a little bit. And now pick his glove back up. Go back up on the rubber. Ready to go with a 2-0 on the way. Well, that's outside, ball 3. 3-0 your count. To Levi Perel. On deck for the rhythm is Ryan Miller.
I've talked to like 30 times how to get his pants to stay up. But, you know,
3-0 your count. Pitch. That's in there, strike 1. Duelers 2, rhythm 1. Top of the fifth. And another tight ball game between these two very talented teams. Heard the OVL South pitch. Just misses, ball 4, and a walk with 2 down for Perel. Brings up Miller. Ryan Miller, the redshirt freshman from the University of Tennessee. One of the better baseball programs in the country. They were heavy favorites to win the whole College World Series, but lost in the Super Regional. Couldn't even get to Omaha.
yeah, they did.
Or did they get to Omaha and they lost?
No, I'm just saying, yeah, they did. They got put out in Super League.
Yes, okay, I was correct. They had a very talented team. They were poised to win the whole thing. They couldn't lose. They lost like 2 or 3 series the entire year, and then Notre Dame went and got them and said adios to Tennessee. And they'll look to do it again next year. Pitch. That's outside. Ball. Number 2. Miller, the left-handed hitting catcher.
I want to yell at him.
Pitch. On the ground, foul.
8.5 to Miller. That's it.
As Miller needs a new piece of lumber. That bat broke the entire length of the bat in half. Lengthwise. That's pretty impressive. As Ryan will get a new piece of lumber. It's split top to bottom. That might be a better way to describe it. Miller stands 6'2", weighs in at 205. Born and raised in Dublin, Ohio. Pitch. Runner takes off. Pitches in the dirt. Throw by Ralph from his knees is not in time. Stolen base for Levi Perel. That's steal number 11 on the year for Levi. Two balls, two strikes are count from Martinez to Miller. If Joe can get one more strike here, he'll strike out the side around the walk. We'll see if he can execute here and get one more pitch in. On the way. Just off the corner. Rao tried to frame it, but to no avail. A full count of 3-2. It's a good spot. Did look like it's just off the plate. The home plate umpire will call time and dust off the plate now.
Yeah, CJ.
As that is CJ Davis back there today. We've seen a lot of him this year. Very good umpire. That's right. Clayton Taylor has pointed out we have our best friend Wayne Seeley at first base today, which is very exciting. I say that kind of sarcastically and kind of not. Pitch. That's fouled off. Count stays at 3-2.
Stay tuned for some late inning highlights from Wayne.
As if, for those of you that don't know, Wayne Seeley has been very involved in our baseball games, to say the least, throughout the entire year. He likes to make himself known out there on the field for both good and bad. Pitch. That's inside and back to the screen. Perel will go to third on the walk. And now it's first and third with 2 down for Tyler Franks.
Next batter, number 10, Mosley.
Henry Mosley, 3-hole hitter. Tying run at third, go ahead run at first base with 2 down. For Mosley, who's 0 for 3 today. Mosley digs in, right-handed hitting outfielder. Pitch. That's off the corner, ball 1.
Come on, Joel. Hey, strikes are on.
Hey, look at that. The strikes have returned to the scoreboard. Clayton Taylor, or excuse me, Hernandez over there. Jacob Hernandez with the magic touch or something. I don't know. That was bizarre. We'll take it. Jacob, did you do anything? No, he didn't do anything, but the strikes are back on. Great. Good news. I'll still find a way to botch up the balls and strikes throughout the entire rest of the game. I guarantee you that now. I'm going to just give you a warning. But, you know, it's good for the rest of us that they're at least there. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Naz. Jay Curtis called time and went to talk to Joel. It wasn't the catcher. It was Jay Curtis, who is a catcher by trade. So I'm sure he saw something in his catcher brain of his, even though he's starting over there at third. Pitch. That's in there. Strike number 1. A good spot on the inner half. Curtis started his first 25 games of the season at Dayton over at catcher. And then moved to third. And he started some games here at catcher too. That ball's crushed to deep left, and that ball is not coming back. That ball is absolutely murdered. Laid it in the parking lot, and it might have bounced up and hit the full count rhythm bus beyond the outfield wall in left field. Ball was crushed. A 3-run homer by none other than Tyler Franks. I was talking about how hot he was this last week and a half. And man, oh man. Or Franks was on deck. I got it wrong. It was Henry Mosley, the man before Franks.
For Franks.
A 3-run homer. And it's 4-2. Runners first and third come home to score, and of course the hitter, Mosley, scores as well. 4-2 rhythm. Pitch is swung on and missed. Strike one, 0-1. That's a big blow with 2 outs. And both those runners were from walks, too. Pitch. In there, strike 2 at the knees. Good job to frame that one low by Rowell to grab strike 2. It's 4-2 full count. With an 0-2 count, Martinez. Pitch. And the dirt. Ball 1.
No, I'm sure they're just going to let him get out of this.
So the home run scores Mosley and Perel, as the next pitch is past the diving Castle at first and into right. A hard hit single on the ground. For Franks, he's on with 2 down. Now for Lowry as the line continues to move for full count.
Next batter, number 3, Lowry.
I'm sure Burns is moving around.
No, it's not Burns. There's someone else though. I don't know who it is.
Burns should be the first one.
Martinez got the first 2 outs of the inning with ease. A strikeout of Mims and a strikeout of Williams. Had the first 2 on strikes. But then walked Perel, walked Miller, and a 3-run homer by Mosley gives the Rhythm a lead, 4-2. I'll fix your score in a second. Pitch. That's up the middle, off the leg. Maybe Martinez in his center field, though, so I guess not. That's another hard hit single. First and second, Henry Jackson will come up now.
Next batter, number 15, Jackson.
Henry Jackson 0 for 2, a fly out to center and a fly out to right on the year. Or on the day, excuse me, not the year. Man, that would be ugly. This deep into the season, 2 at-bats. As Jacob Snyder, your pitching coach, will take time out. Then go talk to your pitcher, Joel Martinez, out there on the mound. He's joined, of course, by the catcher, Brett Rowell. As like I mentioned, first 2 were retired on strikes with ease in the inning. And then couldn't get the third out.
Who's our,
It's either, I don't know. I was thinking it's like, it's Steve.
who's that?
Steve.
Oates.
Stephen Oates warming up, and he will now come in. Martinez cannot get the final out of the 5th. So 4 2/3 for Joel, and he's replaced by Stephen Oates now. He'll get time to toss a few warm-up pitches before being thrown into the fire. But your final line for Joel Martinez in this start. 4 2/3, 70 pitches, 42 of them for strikes, 5 hits, 4 runs, all 4 earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and that 1 homer just a minute ago given up to Henry Mosley. Still haven't picked your score. I'll do that in a second, guys. I apologize. I've got to get the line from Martinez written on my scorebook here quickly. As after Stephen Oates comes in to throw the warm-up pitches, he'll be on the rubber, and the first man he will face will be Henry Jackson. Stephen Oates has had 1, maybe 2 appearances out of the bullpen. I believe just 1 in Du Bois County. And it was a very effective one. Stephen struggled with control as a starter prior to Stillman College. At Stillman, they don't have a pitching coach. So a lot of these guys, like Oates and like Isidro Jimenez as well, struggle just a little bit with control. Have a lot of arm talent, but struggle just a little bit with control coming in because they haven't interacted with a pitching coach at the collegiate level yet. And Jacob Snyder, of course, a pitching coach or a graduate assistant pitching coach at Southern, is your pitching coach for the Duelers. He's worked countless hours with both those guys from Stillman and, of course, the other pitchers as well. But I'm specifically talking about those two, Oates and Jimenez. And they've seen a lot of success lately as a result. Oates is the prime example now as he takes the mound. pitching inning at the Boise County on Monday. And had 3 flyouts on. Very efficient work, too. Not very many pitches thrown. Oates wears the bright yellow shoes, so you always know when he's on the mound because of his shoes.
On the mound for the Duelers from Stillman College, number 16, Stephen Oates.
Duelers still have to get one more out. Is now, guess what? I'll finally fix your score. My apologies. It's 4-2 rhythm. And now Henry Jackson, the right-handed hitting hitter, will step in. That did not make sense. Hitting hitter. I'm going to fix that problem. Oates on the rubber. Will look toward a second. And the pitch. Well, that looked good, but it's called a ball. What I should have said a moment ago, Henry Jackson, the right fielder. Right-handed hitting right fielder into the box. It's 1-0. And the pitch. That's in the air, foul. Right side, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike. The Duelers in the rhythm, 4-2, full count after they've scored 3 on a 3-run homer by Mosley just a second ago off of the Duelers starter, Joe Martinez. Excuse me, pitch. Slowly hit on the ground. Musrock goes the short way to Jenkinson at second to retire the side. But damage done by full count. As they have 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 man left on base for a full count on the 3-run homer. Runner scored there. Henry Mosley goes deep, and it's 4-2 rhythm. As we head to the bottom of the 5th after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in, the Duelers with work to do after giving up the lead last half inning. It's 4-2 rhythm now as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Brett Rowell followed by Bryce Cape and Norris due up. Pitch. Fouled off third base side. No balls, 1 strike. Nick James, a left-handed pitcher from North Carolina. From the University of North Carolina, is back to work for inning number 5 on the hill. Pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball low. No balls, 2 strikes. James born and raised in Clarksville, Tennessee, so not too far. About an hour and 10 minutes from here. I know that because I make the drive every single day. Strike 3 called. At the lower half. A strikeout for
Number 5, Kate.
Nick James for out number 1. That is strikeout number 6. Bryce Cape up now. Cape was one of the strikeouts. Pitch, that's in there, strike 1. Cape was down swinging in the second inning. Next pitch is low ball 1. 1-1 your count. How's beautiful sky overhead at South Warren. Pitch, that's inside, ball 2. 2-1. The Duelers head to Hoptown tomorrow, 6:30 Central Time start. And if that game's anything like the game the last time we were here, you're in for an absolute doozy. I don't think it'll be as high scoring, though, because Jacob Hernandez is on the mound. Don't worry, Jacob. I just knocked on wood. So we should be okay. It's 2-2 at the pitch from James. That's up the middle, off the mound, and through. A one-out single by Bryce Cape and a good piece of two-strike hitting. Means Cape is on first with one down for the top of the order. Jackson Norris strides to the plate.
Next batter, number 20, Norris.
Really good piece of two-strike hitting by Bryce Cape. I mentioned it earlier, but man, he's the guy you want at the bottom of your order. Will never go down without a battle. Hits well with two strikes, makes good contact. And a good example there. A two-strike hit up the middle off the mound, and he's on first for Norris as Jackson pops it up. Foul territory, first base side. Ty Franks over there and makes the catch for out number 2. One down, and Cape still on first, and Mark Castle, the hitter. 0 for 2 for Mark, popped out to second, and a ground out to second today for the Young Harris College product. Mark, the right-handed hitting first baseman. Pitch. Inside ball 1. But anyways, it was 16-11 when the Duelers scored 6 runs in the 9th inning to win 16-11 last time we were at Hoptown. And we're back there tomorrow. Pitch. And that's popped up. Nobody sees it. Nick James doesn't either. And it's just foul. Oh, man. That ball dropped just outside the dirt around home plate. Nobody saw it. And it almost dropped fair. But not quite. It's just a foul ball. And the count's 1-1 to Mark Castle, who we'll see if he can take advantage here. He shouldn't be still at the plate now. That ball should have been caught. That won't go as an error because it didn't hit anybody's glove, but that was technically, that should have been an error. By the we need a team error stat. You know, we can give an error to a team. That needs to be created. I've said that for a long time. Pitches swung on and missed, strike 2, 1-2 to Castle. But Mark is still down in the count, 1-2. Nick James, the lefty, looks over there at first where Cape is, and the pitch. That's popped up again. Out of play, third base side. Count stays at 1-2 strikes. The Duelers in the rhythm, 4-2 full count. Here in the bottom of inning number 5 from South Warren High School. James steps off the rubber. Castle now back into the box, so James responds and climbs back on the hill. Ready from the stretch and the pitch. Runner takes off. Cape to second. Throw down there by Miller's on like 5 hops, but I think it still beat the runner there, and it did. Not a great throw, but it got the job done. Ryan Miller guns down Cape at second, and the bottom of the 5th is done. No runs on 1 hit, and nobody left after the caught stealing. We head to the 6th. It's 4-2 rhythm on the Duelers Baseball Network. Duelers Baseball is brought to you by PeakaView Imaging. Whether it's 2D, 3D, or 4D ultrasounds, PeakaView is the place to go for your imaging needs. You can find them at 107 Roby Street in Franklin. We appreciate their support of Duelers Baseball.
6th inning is brought to you by the official barbecue of the Duelers, Wildfire Barbecue.
Also, Sure Stay Hotel, Bowling Green North, located at 700 Interstate Drive in Bowling Green. Sure Stay by Best Western is the official hotel of the Duelers. If you're coming into town, be sure to check them out.
Or barbecue nachos today.
Wildfire Barbecue, located at 105 State Street in Franklin. Wildfire is available for dine-in or carry-out. Wildfire has been serving delicious barbecue in the region for over 20 years. Wildfire is the official barbecue restaurant of the Duelers. We're going to have Wildfire Barbecue, I believe, in the next week or so at one of our home games. I want to say it's the 6th, and I'm very excited for that. I've mentioned this on the broadcast before. As a Kansas Cityan, through and through, barbecue is something I don't take lightly, but I've heard nothing but good things about Wildfire, so I'm intrigued to try it coming up here in the next week or so. We're supposed to have them cater our post-game meal on the 1st before the game was moved to Du Bois, so they've been rescheduled for next week.
Leading off for full count, number 12, Travis.
Harrison Travis digs in. We also want to thank Sure Stay Hotel. I know I mentioned them, but Victor Patel, the owner there, is taking really good care of our guys and, of course, the families of our players. So thank you to Victor. Be sure to stay at Sure Stay. Next time you come to Bowling Green, they'll take great care of you as they have been of the Duelers players that have needed some housing too. They've hooked us up. So make sure you stay at Sure Stay next time you come to Bowling Green. Harrison Travis is in there, and the next pitch is in there, strike one. Just wanted to add in that tidbit is because Victor's been tremendous to work with this season. That's 1 ball and 1 strike, and the pitch from Oates. Well, that's off the corner, ball 2. 2-1. It's 4-2 full count here in the top of inning number 6. Oates with the bright yellow shoes. Pitch is high and inside. Ball 3. 3-1 your count. Oates back up on the rubber. Travis back in the box on the day for Harrison Travis. 0 for 2. 2 flyouts. And the pitch. That's in the air. Foul. It's a full count from Oates to Travis. The pitch. Poked. A nice play on a backhand by Jacobson. Throw in time to get him. Very nice play. That's the second or third tremendous play by Matty J over there at second today. A throw across his body on a backhand pickup going away from the first base bag. Threw a little low, but dug out nicely by Castle once again for out number 1. Hudson Mims, the hitter now. And the first pitch from Oates. Swung on him, missed strike 1. It's 0-2 and the pitch. High, ball 1. Nobody on, 1 down. Top of the 6th. 4-2 full count. 5 runs apiece, or 5 hits apiece for both teams. And the pitch. That's a curveball that doesn't curve. Went all the way to the backstop. Over the head of everybody. And it's 2-2. Mims digs back in, right-handed hitting infielder. All the way to 2-2 pitch. Outside ball 3. Full count of 3-2. (3-2). That's on a line. Nice play over there by Jay Curtis. Leapt up in the air and brought down a liner. 2 down. Ball was hit hard. Jay didn't have to jump super high, but definitely did clear the ground, get off the ground, and brought down a smash to third. For out number 2, J.J. Williams, a 9-hole hitter up now. On the day for J.J., 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. The 0 for is a strikeout for Williams. First pitch is a ball, 1-0 from Oates. And the pitch. That's low, ball 2. Two balls and no strikes to J.J. Williams. Oates back up on the rubber. And the pitch. That's a pop-up. Foul territory, third base side. Curtis over to give it a look. Did he get it? He sure did! What a play by Jay Curtis. That's back-to-back tremendous plays at third. First leapt up to snag a liner, then ran over into the depths of foul territory at third and into the dugout screen to make a tremendous play on that one too. Jay Curtis flashing the leather. Here at the top of the 6th, we head to the bottom half. It's still 4-2 rhythm on the Duelers Baseball Network. We'll be right back.
Castle.
Back in. Bottom of the 6th, Duelers need to claw across a couple of runs here. Mark Castle to lead off first pitch. Slowly in on the ground to short. Perel over to first. It's close. But Mark is retired for out number 1.
Next batter, number 23, Slaughter.
Sam Slaughter up now. 1 for 2. A double and a strikeout for Sam today. Nick James, the starter from UNC at 84 pitches for the Rhythm. It's kind of funny. Just realized this. Nick James is used to wearing that teal blue color. Wears it at UNC during his collegiate season and then comes here to full count this summer and doesn't even really have to change his jersey. First pitch is inside, but Sam swung on a check swing. It went, says the home plate umpire, C.J. Davis. 4 strike 1. It's C.J. Davis behind the plate. Wayne Seeley at first. I don't quite know who the third base umpire is today, but I definitely know the guy at home and the guy at first. 2 regulars here at Duelers games, Wayne and C.J. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch to Slaughter. Check swing. Did he go? C.J. says yes. No appeal needed. It's 1-2 now. Here at South Warren High School, Sam Reeves with you. Thank you all for joining us. Another edition of Duelers Baseball. 4-2 Rhythm, your score though. Pitch. That's swung on and missed. And man, Sam Slaughter is in a funk at the plate. I know he had a double today, but that's 6 strikeouts in the last 2 games, and this one's not even over yet for Sam. That's very unlike him. Now Jay Curtis, who made 2 tremendous plays back-to-back to end the last half inning, and defensively will dig in. Jay 0 for 2 today. Pop up to second and a ground out to third. First pitch, strike 1. And there to Jay. Next one coming. That one is crushed. Turned on it way too much, though, and pulled it well. Foul third base side 0-2. Jay likes to wear his Dayton Flyer batting helmet. Matches the Duelers colors, or at least close to it, the shade of red. The 0-2 pitch. That one's pulled down the line. As Isidro Jimenez has entered the press box once again. I like to refer to Izzy as the life of the party.
Yes. What's up?
He is now here. Tomorrow, I mentioned it, the Duelers in Hoptown. I play the Hoptown Hoppers. 0-2 your count, though, to Curtis right here, right here in the pitch. Jay Curtis spraying the ball all over foul territory. It's 0-2 still. The count holds. Jacob Hernandez will take the hill for the Duelers tomorrow night. 6:30 start time. I'll be back on Mixler. Pitch. That's swung on and missed. Curtis down on strikes. And we'll keep it here in the inning. That's how we'll finish my thought. We'll be back on Mixler tomorrow. Radio only broadcast. However, Hoptown does have a very high quality video feed for you. I'll make sure to tweet out the link and put it on Facebook as well. Of course, my preference would be you listen to me, but that's just me being biased. Hoptown does a really good job. Todd Hamilton's the voice of the Hoppers. They sync up their radio call to a TV feed. And Todd actually does D1 games for Murray State basketball anyways, and he's done it for a long time and does a really good job. Of course, if you want a Duelers theme broadcast, come to Mixer. I'll take care of you, but Todd will be there on a video feed too tomorrow in Hoptown. Same situation with Full Count. On Sunday, we go to Hendersonville to play the Rhythm again. On Sunday on the road, Full Count will have a video feed. We'll come back with you on Mixer for audio there. And on the road, Owensboro the 4th and Muhlenberg the 5th. I'm going to try to do video. Phil Kundle, your owner, has kind of insisted, kind of not insisted, but strongly encouraged me to do video. I'm going to warn you now, it's going to drop, but we're going to try it until it works. And hopefully you guys can stick with me. If not, if you would prefer to have a consistently good audio call without the video on the road when it continues to drop, message our Facebook and let me know. If you want a mediocre at best video feed, if that's your preference, that's perfectly fine. I want to do what's best for you guys, and I know Phil does too. Right now it's pretty much on the fence, so if you have an opinion on that, let us know on Facebook or Twitter. Either way, Duelers Baseball on both platforms. Or leave a comment on this YouTube video and let us know. That's also an easy way to do it. But I'd like to take kind of a poll and see what you guys think. I want to do what's best for you guys. You're the viewers. I appreciate you watching every single night. Want to keep you guys coming back for both home and away games, especially as we wind down to the stretch of the season and into the playoffs. So want to get a system that's good, because right now it is not looking like we're going to have high-quality internet on the road this season, unfortunately. As much as I've tried and will continue to work, at this point it's not looking likely. So I want to do what you guys would prefer, so let me know. That's your task for this evening, if you don't mind. Or over the next few days, at least. Just leave us a quick note and let us know your preference. But we have a new pitcher on the mound. It's Jonathan Burns. He will come on for the Duelers from Trevecca Nazarene University in Nashville.
On the mound for
replacing Oates.
From Christiana, Tennessee, and Trevecca Nazarene University, number 36, Jonathan Burns.
Jonathan Burns, first man he will face will be at the top of the order, I believe, in Levi Perel in inning number 7. Burns from the windup and the pitch. And there's strike one on the first pitch of the inning for Jonathan.
Top of the order, number 2, Perel.
Final line for Stephen Oates in relief of the starter Joe Martinez. 1 1/3 innings of work for Oates. No runs, no hits, no strikeouts, no walks. So the transition to the bullpen's going tremendously so far for Oates. The 0-1 pitch. That's popped up. And out of play, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Levi Perel. He's 0 for 2 officially with a walk as well. Ryan Miller to follow. Pitch. Fouled off. Castle over. And it falls into the Rhythm dugout, and Castle goes into the Rhythm dugout as well. Ball falls untouched, though, and the count holds at 0-2. Jonathan Burns hails from Christiana, Tennessee. As I mentioned, attends Trevecca. James Dixon, another pitcher on this Duelers team, also at Trevecca. Burns will climb back up on the rubber. And Perel back into the right-handed hitter's batter's box. Burns gets his sign in the 0-2. Fly to short center. Over goes Castle to right center. And makes a catch, 1 out.
Now batting number 32, Miller.
Well, you're here in the top of the 7th in a fairly quick-moving ball game. Only 8:45 here in the Central Time Zone. So a little bit ahead of schedule. Normally your average is about 3 hours. Ryan Miller, the hitter. 1 for 1 officially with a hit by pitch and a walk. First pitch from Burns. Hits the outside corner. Apparently we'll take it, strike 1. If the umpire's going to call that a strike, if I was Jonathan, I would just keep throwing the ball there until he decides that it's actually outside. Next pitch. Check swing on a pitch low. Did he go? No. Ball 1. On the season for Jonathan Burns, if I could find it, 5 appearances, 1-0 record, 11 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, only 1 of them earned. 4 walks, 11 strikeouts, and a 0.82 ERA for Jonathan Burns. So he is one of the better relievers on this roster, if not the best, statistically at least. 2-1 and the pitch. That's fouled off. Third base side. It's 2-2 to Ryan Miller. Yeah, when you look at the runs, you say, oh, 5, that's not great. Then the ones that count are the earned runs, technically, at least when you're statistically looking at it. 2-2 the count to Miller. Burns gets a sign and delivers. And the dirt ball 3. Count flows out at 3-2. The 3-2 from Burns. On the way and the pitch. Well, that's on a line to center. Back goes Slaughter to the wall and gone. Ryan Miller to the deepest part of the park. It's probably about 345 to where he hit that. It's 355 to dead center, and that wall juts out. So, yeah, it's probably about 350 to the wall there, and Miller cleared it easily for a
number 10
home run. Luckily for the Duelers, only a solo shot. That's Henry Mosley, the hitter now. On the year for Miller, that's home run number 6. That leads the full count rhythm team. First pitch to Mosley's high ball 1, excuse me. On the day for Henry. 1 for 2. He had a homer. He had the big 3-run homer off of Joe Martinez in the 5th. Or the 4th, excuse me. No, it was the 5th. I was right the first time. It's 2-0 now to Mosley. Here in the 7th. It's now 5-2 rhythm. I'll fix the score on your screen in a second. And the pitch. Outside ball 3. Hopefully that homer didn't rattle Jonathan too bad.
Let's go.
And the 3-0 pitch. That's in there. Strike 1 on a corner. Outer half at the knees for Burns to make the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Burns, the 3-1 on the way. That's low and away, ball 4. And a walk for Henry Mosley will bring up Tyler Franks. Tyler Franks, another good day at the plate. He continues to stay hot with the bat. 2 for 3 with an RBI. Tyler Franks from Kennesaw State in Dublin, Georgia. Also can pitch a little bit. We haven't seen it yet, at least not against us. But it is on the roster. Pitch is lined into left field. A solid single falls in front of Cape. 2 on with 2 outs now as Tyler Franks has his 3rd hit of the day. That'll bring up Drew Lowry.
3 Lowry.
3rd hit of the day for Franks and his 3rd single as well.
So you didn't pull on anything, you just started working.
Yeah.
Strange.
Very strange.
As look who's coming to take over the camera. My best bud Izzy
I never saw that.
helping us out. Got the statistic book. He stole my media guide, as he's more than welcome to look at it. It's all good, but you know he's got to educate himself while he's up here too. When he's not on the mound, he's got to be learning, and Izzy's doing that, so we like it. 1 ball and no strikes to count in the pitch. Well, that's flied foul territory, first base side, out of play over the rhythm dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike. The hitter now Drew Lowry from Belmont. On the day for Drew, 1 for 3. A ground out to short, a fly out to center to his future teammate Sam Slaughter. And a single last time up for Drew. 5-2 full count. And 1-1 your count. Jonathan Burns looks back at second and pitches. Fouled straight back. Lowry just missed it. It's 1-2. We'll see if Nick James is back out there for the rhythm in the next half inning. If I had to guess, I would say probably not. But you never know. He's been pitching very well. He's got 92 pitches, though. 65 strikes. 1-2, the pitch. That's outside. Blocked by Ralph. Throw to second is way high and into center field. Around third, headed home. The throw to the plate by Slaughter is up the line. And that's a gift run for the full count rhythm. Oh, man. That's frustrating. On an errant throw by Brett Rao, who had the right idea. The runner was very far off a second. That is Mosley over there. But the throw was way high. Man covering second couldn't get it. It goes into center. Even if Slaughter's throw was on line, I don't think they would have gotten Mosley at the plate. It's 6-2. Runner Franks also moves up. He's in scoring position with a 2-2 count to Lowry. I want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Brett Courtney. Thank you for his input on the streaming debate. Pitch. That's fouled off. If anybody else would like to chime in and let us know on the road whether you prefer the choppy video or the clean audio, I don't care. I just want to do whatever you guys like the best. So let me know. Find us on Facebook at Duelers Baseball or on Twitter at Duelers Baseball, or comment on the YouTube video, whatever's easiest for you guys. 2-2 from Burns, back at second, and the pitch. And the dirt, that's a weird hop. Rao doesn't see it, it's behind him. And he finally picks it up. That took a weird bounce. Maybe bounce off the plate even, I don't know. But Franks goes to third, and that's now 3-2. Burns has kind of unraveled just a little bit here, these last few guys. Excuse me, Lowry, the hitter, steps back in. A full count pitch. On the ground, slowly hit. Castle to get it. Burns to cover the bag. In time to get him. A nice play on both ends by Castle and PFP to perfection for Jonathan Burns. Finally ends the inning. That's 2 outs. Never mind. And the run scores. I thought for sure there were 2 outs, but there was 1 out. I'm looking back at my scorecard. And yes, that was just 2 outs. My bad. I don't know how I missed that. That's not good. Fly out by Perel to start the inning, then a homer walk and a single, and now the ground out. It's 7-2 full count on the RBI ground out for Lowry. It's 0-2 now to Henry Jackson, the hitter. On the day for Jackson, 0 for 3. He's facing an 0-2 count and the pitch. Breaking ball in there, strike 3, and now the inning is actually over. 1 run on 2 hits. 1 walk and 1 man left on base for the Rhythm. Here on the top of the 7th, they add 3 more. Have to take a 7-2 lead as we head to the bottom of inning number 7 after this. On the Duelers Baseball Network. We'll be right back. We would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors.
36, Benjamin.
They include Woody's Glove Repair, located in Franklin, Kentucky. Woody's brings old baseball gloves back to life and gives new ones a custom look, offering relacing, repair, and break-in services. Take your glove to the next level with Woody's today. Heidi Barks Photography. You can find Heidi at Heidi Barks Photography on social media to check out her work. Contact her via email at HeidiBarksPhotos@gmail.com or call 270-999-7240 to schedule your next appointment.
Great gifts for every occasion. Dads, grads.
Fresh Squeeze Goods. They offer customized laser cut and engraved gifts for every occasion.
Start a custom order today.
Dads, grads, corporate promotions, parties, and events. Visit FreshSqueezeGoods.com to start a custom order today. as Mr. Cunningham was reading the promo in stadium, I purposely waited because I was throwing myself off trying to do promo reading around with Mr. Cunningham. Always fun. But thank you to Fresh Squeeze Goods. They get the double here tonight. Also, would like to thank Franklin Bank and Trust with 5 branch locations in Franklin and the surrounding area. Franklin Bank is a proud supporter of the Duelers. They offer banking services for both personal and business accounts. Give them a call or stop into one of their branches today. As we're back in, Dudes with a lot of work to do, now trailing by 5-7-2 your score. Jackson must rock the hitter to lead off the inning against a new pitcher. First pitch is in there, strike 1. No, it's low, ball 1. Never mind. I like that better. New pitcher for the full count Rhythm, as I expected there would be one. We'll get his information in a second. 1-0 pitch. Well, that's flied to shallow right. In comes Jackson to make a nice running catch. 1 down.
Next batter, number 26, Evans.
And now Jonathan Evans, the hitter. The new pitcher is Jackson Benjamin, the 6'3", 210-pound junior from Lenoir-Rhyne University. That's Division II. He played at Northwest Missouri State, where I go to school. Has played Lenoir-Rhyne many times in the playoffs in football. Pitch. That's outside, ball 1. Benjamin from Charlotte, North Carolina. I believe Lenoir-Rhyne is in that neck of the woods. It might be in Carolina. I don't remember exactly. But that sounds right. It's 1-0 to Evans. Base coaches tonight for the Duelers as normal. Hitting coach Will Alwyn is the first base coach. Manager Kyle Schexnayder's over at third. And the pitching coach currently in the dugout is Jacob Snyder. 2-0 to Big John now. Final line of the day for the Rhythm starter. Nick James, 92 total pitches and 6 innings of work. 65 pitches for strikes. Pitch. That's inside, and it hit him. Yes, it did. Evans hit by a pitch, so 1 on with 1 out now for Matt Jenkinson.
Next batter, number 14, Jenkins.
Anyways, back to the starter, Nick James. 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. 8 strikeouts, no walks. So a tremendous outing for Nick James, the UNC Tar Heel product. Jenkinson, right-handed hitting. Infielder at second base tonight. Benjamin. Pitch. Low, ball 1. And the 1-0. That's low. Ball 2. 2-0 to Matt Jenkinson on the day for Matty J. 1 for 2. A double and a strikeout. Defensively for full count, it's Ryan Miller behind the plate. Tyler Franks at first. Pitch. Swung on and missed on a fastball upstairs. 2-1. Second baseman is Hudson Mims. Third baseman, or shortstop, Levi Perel. Third base is Drew Lowry. In the outfield and left is J.J. Williams. Center fielder for full count, Henry Mosley as normal. And in right today is Henry Jackson. Throw back to first. Evans dives back in head first before the tag by Franks over there at first base. Jenkinson will step out now. Readjusts his batting gloves. Half swing at the plate. Taps the plate. And now bat on his shoulder as Evans extends his lead over at first. And the pitch. That pitch is popped up. Back out of play. Strike 2. 2-2 your count. Well, you're here on the bottom of inning number 7. Oh, I will update your score. Unfortunately, reluctantly, I have to. It's 7-2 rhythm. And the pitch from Benjamin. Runner takes off. That's a breaking ball high and no throw from Ryan Miller. A stolen base for Jonathan Evans. He's deceptively quick on the base passes, John. On the year for Evans, that's stolen base number 8. He's only been caught stealing 1 time. And a full count to Matt Jenkinson with 1 down, and Evans now in scoring position at second. The payoff from Benjamin. That pitch looked like it was going to be low and away, but Jenkinson fought it off anyways to make sure he would stay alive, and the count holds at 3-2. On deck for your Duelers is Brett Rowell. Jenkinson digs back in. Your catcher, or your pitcher, Benjamin will look in to get the sign. And the pitch is on the way. That's outside. A nice AB by Matty Jenkinson. Matty J, Matt Jenkinson, Matt, whatever you want to call him. We have many nicknames for many people on this team, and they've started to trickle in. Brett Rowell, the hitter. First with me at the mound by pitching coach Ross Spurgeon. He's now back to his dugout. And it's Brett Rowell with runners first and second and 1 down. This is a Duelers' chance to hopefully maybe get back in this thing right here. Benjamin. First pitch to Brett. On the way. Check swing. Called strike 1. Brett's not happy, and I don't blame him. That pitch looked away. But it's strike 1 called. Benjamin's next pitch. On the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 2 to Brett. On the day for Rowell. 1 for 2, an RBI single and a strikeout. The 0-2 from Benjamin. Excuse me. Pitch. Fouled off. Brett will stay alive. And the next pitch is ball number 1. It is 1-2. Your count to Brett Rowell, your catcher. Duelers 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. The Rhythm 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Brett Rowell down swinging for the second time today. That's out number 2.
Number 5, Kate.
Now Bryce Cape, your hitter. Cape 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. That's a 9-hole place in your order. First and second with 2 down for the Duelers. On deck, if Cape can reach, top of the order in Norris. But first, Cape's got a job to do. We'll see if we can come through here with 2 guys on, excuse me. First pitch inside, ball 1. Here in the bottom of inning number 7. 7-2 is your score. And the pitch. Foul off behind the plate. 1-1 your count. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. That's hit the second, throw to first in time to end the inning. We'll be right back at 7-2 Rhythm on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in top of the 8th inning, Burns on for a second inning work. Facing Harrison Travis, top of the inning pitch. That's in their strike 1 call.
Good owners are hard to find. 1, Mims.
Hudson Mims, the hitter. After one down, retired quickly by Jonathan Burns. Down went Travis. Pitch. That's inside. Did he graze him? No. Turned out of the way just in time.
It just frustrates you. So it's not worth watching.
One and two, your count to Hudson Mims.
That with the still frames, your voice comes through solid.
As Burns gets a strikeout
Which I didn't understand.
of Mims. As Williams, the 9-hole hitter, will come up now. Nobody on, 2 down. A much easier inning so far for Burns. Two straight strikeouts, looking for a third possibly. First pitch to Williams from Jonathan Burns is on the way. That's outside, ball 1. Strikeout looking of Travis, strikeout swinging of Mims, and now 1-1 your count to J.J. Williams, who's 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch today. 7-2 rhythm, your score, top of the 8th inning. Now 1-2 from Jonathan. Trevecca Nazarene University. And the 1-2. Low end of the dirt ball, 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes, excuse me. Burns from Christiana, Tennessee. Pitch. That's in there, strike 3 called. 3 up, 3 down on 3 straight Ks for Jonathan Burns. And his second inning of work. The Duelers with work to do, though, on the offensive end. They will look to try and get some runs back here as we head to the bottom of the 8th after this. Your score, Rhythm 7, Duelers 2 on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in a new pitcher here for the 8th. Full count will bring in Jalen Wirtz, wearing number 40 in the teal uniforms from MTSU, Middle Tennessee State, back Gallatin, Tennessee. Not far from Nashville. 6'5", 215-pound sophomore righty on the hill. Final line for Jackson Benjamin, the first reliever out of the pen, following the starter Nick James. The final line for Benjamin. 1 inning, 20 pitches, 10 strikes. No runs, no hits. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And now he'll give way to Jalen Wirtz. On the year for Wirtz, 6 appearances, 0-1 record, 1 save as well, 8 1/3 11 hits, 5 runs, all 5 earned. 3 walks, 12 strikeouts, a 5.40 ERA for Jalen Wirtz. He's on for the 8th. Bottom half of the 8th to be exact, here at South Warren High School. My name is Sam Reeves. Thank you all for joining us. Another edition of Duelers Baseball on the Duelers Baseball Network.
Duelers, number 20, Norris.
Jackson Norris will be the hitter. Top of the order, Norris, Castle, and Slaughter. On the day for Jackson, he is 0 for 3, a line out, a strikeout, and a pop out. Bat on his shoulder, left-handed hitting DH against the right-handed reliever. Pitch, bottom of the zone, a good frame job by Miller, gets him strike 1. Like I mentioned, Duelers on the road to Hoptown tomorrow. Pitch, up and away, ball 1. I'll make sure to send out a link tomorrow for the video stream if you want to watch that. Should be good with Todd Hamilton on the call. If you want to stick with the Duelers theme broadcast, we'll be on Mixler with audio only tomorrow. Same thing for Sunday at full count. Pitch, swung on and missed strike 2, 1-2 to Norris. So I'll send out a link. There'll be 4 links coming at you for the next 2 games, 1 video and 1 audio. Of course, the video also has audio, but it's not a Duelers call the next 2 days. So take your pick, whatever works best for you. Pitch. Well, that's outside. And then also, still feel free to let me know on any of the social media platforms or YouTube as well what you prefer for road games the rest of the year. Not home games. We're going to stick with exactly how we have it here at South Warren the rest of the year. 2 cameras and everything. Swung on and missed strike 3. And Jackson Norris goes down swinging for out number 1. So in case there was any confusion, we'll stick just like we have it for home games. My questions were more about road games. Whether you'd rather have a choppy video feed that goes in and out, or with the audio, but the video is just, you've seen it. It's probably not. It's not very good on the road, or just a clean all the audio feed that's crystal clear. Let me know what your preference is. Thank you to the few that have responded. I appreciate it. Pitch. That's up the middle and into center field. A single for Mark Castle. 1 on with 1 out for the Duelers here in the 8th. That is Mark's first knock of the day. That'll bring up Sam Slaughter. Sam struggled today. 2 more strikeouts. That's 6 in his last 2 games, which is super unlike Sam. If anything, he makes contact. That's what he does. He hits the ball. And he struggled to do that a little bit lately. So we'll see if now's a good time for him to turn it around. First pitch to Slaughter. Breaking ball, up and away, ball 1. Here at South Warren High School, Sam Reeves up here in the press box alongside Isidro Jimenez, Clayton Taylor, Jacob Hernandez, and Charlie Cunningham. Appreciate all their assistance tonight. We are on the road tomorrow, 6:30 at Hoptown. On the road, I believe it's 6 o'clock Sunday at Hendersonville against this full count rhythm team again. And then on the road on the 4th and 5th of July at Owensboro and Muhlenberg, respectively, before returning home on the 6th. I want to say we're home the 6th, 7th, and 8th. I'll pull up the schedule while I'm talking about it so I don't give you wrong information. Let's find out. It's a 2-1 count and the pitch to Slaughter. That's on the bottom of the zone. Strike 2, 2-2 to Sam. Anyways, to be more specific on these upcoming games for you, has the 2-2 from Wirtz on the way. No swing on a pitch inside and a full count of 3-2 to Slaughter. The runner at first base is Castle with 1 down here in the 8th. 7-2 rhythm up on the Duelers. Tomorrow, 6:30 at Hoptown, like I mentioned, and on the road at full count. A 4 p.m. Central start time? I got to double check that one. I haven't seen that one yet. That's bizarre. Huh, okay. Usually Saturday games are at 6, but I'll double check that. That's weird.
I've got it at 6:30.
It says 6:30 for Hoptown.
Pitch. No, I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm talking about Sunday at full count. Yeah.
Sunday. I should have said it. That, who knows?
As Castle strikes out swinging.
Originally from that graphic that I guess. Seven, so
Yeah.
who knows?
It's 0-1 to Jay Curtis after Sam was retired on strikes. And the pitch from Wirtz. And the dirt throwback behind Castle. And a good pick over there by Franks to keep it from going into right.
He called it a strike. That was a ball.
Nice ball.
1-1 your count. Just looked and saw my Kansas City Royals got a win tonight. That's nice to see. Very rare. Few and far between. 3-1 over Detroit. As I have a feeling Jacob Hernandez, sitting a couple of chairs to my right, might appreciate that result. Don't get very many wins for the boys in blue. These boys in blue are winning a lot more. Pitch. That's on the outside corner. Strike 2. 2-2. To Jay Curtis. Runner on first is still Mark Castle with 2 down. And the pitch. He wanted to call strike 3 to C.J. Davis, and he didn't do it. He was rearing back to ring him up, and he just couldn't finish the job. We will take it a full count of 3-2. Curtis at the plate, the 3-2. Popped up. The catcher back, and a sliding catch in the rocks. A nice play by Ryan Miller. That couldn't have felt good either because those are rocks behind the plate, not dirt. 8th is done. Head to the 9th. Still 7-2 full count on the Duelers Baseball Network. Levi Perel, top of the 9th. Jonathan Burns on for his 3rd inning work. First pitch to Levi hangs a little bit high, ball 1. She's just upstairs. Burns gets a sign, the windup in the pitch. That's a pop-up. Short left. Over goes Cape to make a catch in between a trio of defenders. It was him, the shortstop Busrock, and the center fielder Slaughter in a triangle, and it was Cape to make the catch. 1 down.
Now batting number 32, Miller.
And now Ryan Miller, the hitter. So yes, I just confirmed with owner Phil Kundle, who is enjoying a nice vacation in Wyoming, seeing his family, which is well deserved. If Phil's watching, which I honestly hope he's not, just because he can enjoy his vacation without the Duelers for a few days. But if he is, hope he's enjoying his time with the family. But I did just get a text from him confirming the time. It is 4 o'clock on Sunday at full count. Pitch. Grounded slowly up the middle. Jenkinson ranging toward the back. Another throw across his body. In time to get him. Well, that play looked really easy by Jenkinson, but trust me, it's not. That's 3 plays by Jenkinson over at second that he's made look very easy, and that were difficult. Jenkinson flashing the leather for the Duelers. That's a 4-3 ground out. I got it. Maybe. There we go. Thank you. Now 2 down and nobody on. Here in the 9th for, I believe it's Mosley. Yeah, 3-hole hitter. First pitch is strike 1 from Burns. It's 1-1. Next one outside, 2-1. Mosley on the day, 1 for 3 with a walk, had a home run, the 3-run homer. And the 6th, next pitch just misses off the black. I don't know about that one, but C.J. Davis says he knows, and he calls it a ball. It's 3-1. And the pitch. That's upstairs, ball 4 and a 2-out walk. That's the 3rd time in 5 plate appearances Mosley has reached base. And now Tyler Franks, who's 3 for 4 today. 3 singles, an RBI, and a ground out to second for Franks. Or, excuse me, ground out to short. He's been hot, and it's continued today, unfortunately, for the Duelers. Anyway, back to the schedule, just to give you a look at what's coming up. 6:30, like I said, tomorrow in Hoptown. Then 4 o'clock due to fireworks after the game, apparently, at full count on Sunday. On July 4th, it's a 6:30. It's a 5:30 start time. They have not changed the time on the schedule, but Owensboro tweeted it out the other day. They have fireworks in their city. I don't think at the game, but Owensboro does a huge fireworks thing or something. So the game has moved up an hour to 5:30 on Monday, and then Muhlenberg 7:05 Tuesday night. Pitch. Where did that miss? Ball 1. Guess it missed just low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Before the Duelers return home Wednesday, back on the road Friday after an off day Thursday. That was very confusing. We'll take it 1 game at a time. Next pitch. Check swing on an inside fastball. No swing. 2-1 your count. The Duelers' next decent homestand is Saturday the 9th through Tuesday the 12th. Also have Monday off, so a 3-game homestand on that stretch. Pitch is swung on and missed strike 2. 2-2. We wrap up the season in just about 2.5 weeks. Tuesday, July 19th is the final day of the regular season. And just a fair warning for the Duelers, 2 or 3 of these trips are still being made to Fulton, so that's fantastic. Get to play at the craziness that is Lohas Field and make the 2-hour and 45-minute drive there and back. But in terms of the streaming at Fulton, it's the best road venue we have because their Wi-Fi is so fantastic. Pitch is inside on a 3-2 fastball, and that's another walk for Burns. 2 straight, first and second with 2 down. Now for Drew Lowry.
Number 3, Lowry.
On the day for Lowry. 1 for 4 with an RBI. A pop-up. Brett Brown doesn't see it, and it's off his glove. Oh my gosh, is right. Oh man. That's not good. Man, that's one Brett's going to like to have back. He didn't see it cleanly in the air. It's a black sky, so it's not like it's twilight where the ball can easily get lost in it. He just didn't see it off the bat. Maybe lost in the lights, possibly. That's an option. Saw it late, got over there, and tried to make somewhat of a basket catch, and couldn't do so. It's an error on Brett, but it is a strike because it landed in foul territory. Pitch. In the air to deep right. Over toward the line goes Evans, gliding a fair ball catch. That will end the top of inning number 9. The Duelers need 5 to tie and 6 to win. It's 7-2, full count. As we go to the bottom of the 9th on the Duelers Baseball Network. We'll be right back. Back in, last licks for the Duelers, bottom of the 9th. It's 7-2 full count as Brady Chappell comes on. He is the 4th pitcher on the day for full count. On the season statistically for Chappell. Let's see what we got here. 5 appearances. 0-1 record, 5 1/3. 7 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and a 5.06 ERA. Final line for the previous reliever, Jalen Wirtz. 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts in the 1 inning. As we head to the 9th, bottom of the 9th, Duelers with a lot of work to do in these final 3 outs. If full count locks down this win, all of a sudden the Rhythm are just a half game behind the Duelers for first in the OVL South. Jackson Musrock will lead off. He will be followed by Jonathan Evans and Jenkinson. So 5, 6, and 7. First pitch from Chappell. And there's strike 1. Brady Chappell, 6'4", 200-pound sophomore from Dartmouth College in Watertown, Tennessee. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, finds the zone. Looked like maybe a changeup. And there for strike 2. 0-2. Musrock quickly behind in the count. 0-2 pitch. That's low in the dirt on the slider. Low and away. Blocked by Miller. Not that it mattered, but it's ball 1. 1-2, your count. Chappell will climb back up on the rubber. And the 1-2. Another slider, good take off the plate by Musrock. It's 2-2, knocked out even. Duelers, 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. Full count, 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The pitch. Swung on and missed on a fastball. Musrock down swinging to open the bottom of the 9th. 1 up and 1 down for Brady Chappell. That will bring up Jonathan Evans on the day for Big John. 0 for 2 officially with a hit by pitch. Struck out in the 2nd and grounded out 3 unassisted in the 4th. Left-handed hitting outfielder. Excuse me. And the pitch is inside, ball 1. Next pitch. That's inside, and it plunks Evans. A clean hit by pitch.
Next batter, number 14, Jenkinson.
John will take first for Matt Jenkinson now.
His second hit by pitch.
That's the second time John's been hit by a pitch in this game. I remember last time we played these guys on the road in Hendersonville, Jackson Norris was hit by a pitch 3 times. And should have been hit by a pitch the 4th time, but somehow craned his way out of the way, so he was only hit 3 times. Pitch to Jenkinson's a curveball in there for a strike 1. After the 3rd time, Kyle Schexnayder had seen enough plunking and took out Norris for a pinch runner. But in this one, Evans stays in after being hit twice. It's 0-1 to Jenkinson. And the pitch. Up the middle. Slowly hit. That will be kicked around in an infield single. Couldn't quite reach the outfield. But the second baseman cutting behind the bag over towards short. Couldn't make a clean pickup, and even if he could, that's Mims over there. He couldn't have gotten the speedy Jenkinson anyway, so a lead infield single means first and second one down for Brett Rao now. For Matt Jenkinson, that's his 3rd time he's reached base in 4 at-bats today. 2 hits and a single, or 2 hits and a walk, excuse me. Pitch to Rao, that's high and away, ball 1. For Jenkinson, a double in the 2nd, a strikeout in the 4th. In the 6th, a walk and a single here in the 9th. And now Brett Rao's the hitter. He's 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts and an RBI single for Brett. And the pitch. That's off the plate. Good take for ball 2. 2-0 to Brett. Full count fans to my right down below did not like that call, but the Duelers will take it 2-0. Brady Chappell, the right-hander, looks back at second. The kick and the pitch. That's off the plate, ball 3. Brett's ahead in the count now. 3 balls, no strikes. I would think he'll be taking all the way here on this 3-0. We'll find out. On deck for the Duelers, 9-hole hitter Bryce Cape. Chappell steps off the rubber. Now back up on it. Peers in to get the sign from his catcher, Miller. 3-0 your count. And the pitch. Up ball's lined into the gap. Will it get down? Yes, it will. And all the way to the wall. Around third to score comes Evans. Pulling into third, standing up safely is Matt Jenkinson. And it's an RBI double. Hit number 2 on the day and the second RBI for Brett Rao. Make it 7-3 now with only 1 down. Runners second and third for the aforementioned Bryce Cape. Tying run on deck for the Duelers.
Number 5, Cape.
So now Rao on second, Jenkinson third, Cape at the plate, and Amidi at the mound. That's Josh Carmen, your manager. I believe that's Josh. And maybe your pitching coach, Ross Spurgeon. Don't quote me on it. Yes, it is Ross Spurgeon. I appreciate Tim Reese, the voice of the rhythm, for making up a very detailed roster with heights and weights and even numbers for the coaching staff, and printed me a copy. So I appreciate that. I feel the most prepared when we play these guys, which is good because we play them a bunch. Now, we could have some playoff battles with them too, so Tim gets some credit for my knowledge here tonight and every time we play full count. The pitch to Cape, that's fouled off at the plate, strike 1. On the day for Bryce, only 1 for 2 officially. I would think he would have a third at bat, but I don't have one on my scorecard. Three at bats. That's a low and away ball number 1, 1-1. Pitch. That's low and away ball 2. 2-1 your count. As yes, that is 3 at bats so far for, for Cape. I forgot to write down in the bottom of the 7th. He ended the 7th on a ground out to Mims at second. The pitch. Back to the backstop. And the score comes Jacobson. Throw to the plate. Did he get the tag down? Yes, he did. Oh, man. Well, that didn't get far away from Ryan Miller. He did a good job of retrieving it, and you don't see this very often. The pitcher's white pants are now very dirty with dirt, as your pitcher for the Rhythm, Brady Chappell, went sliding went sliding with his knees first, trying to get on the plate. And now there's 2 outs, 3-1 pitch is outside ball 4. Going to walk Cape. So still 7-3 your score. I'll fix that on your screen. That was a big out right there. That was huge. Would have made it a 3-run game. Still 1 out, and Cape would be on. Tying run would be at the plate. Instead, 2 outs, and the tying run still on deck. Jackson Norris top of the order, though. First pitch. Fouled off. Third base side, strike 1. Another good day at the plate, though, for Bryce Cape on 2 out of his 4 times at the plate. Norris, on the other hand, 0 for 4. A line out, a pop out, and 2 strikeouts. Down in the count now to Chappell, 0-1. And the pitch. That's high and away, ball 2, or ball 1. 1-1 you count. For the Rhythm, 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors. For the Duelers, 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors here in this ball game. And the pitch. On the ground, into the hands of Will Allen. Fantastic play by Will, your first base coach for the Duelers. But it's a strike, and it's 1-2. Your count to Jackson Norris. 1 strike away are the Rhythm from only trailing the Duelers by a half a game. Here, just a bit more than midway through the year. And the 1-2 from Chappell. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Norris for the 3rd time today, swinging. And that will do it. Thank you to Isidro Jimenez, Clayton Taylor, Jacob Hernandez, and Charlie Cunningham for their help tonight. We appreciate it.
See y'all tomorrow. All right, man.
As the Rhythm are victorious, final score 7-3. The winning pitcher today, Nick James, the starter for full count, went 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. No walks and 8 strikeouts on 92 pitches. Losing pitcher is Joel Martinez, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, all 4 earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts on 70 pitches for Joel. No save in this ball game. The Duelers will hit the road to go to Hendersonville and full count in the same place, and we're not even going there. I'm tired. I apologize. Duelers will hit the road to go to Hopkinsville to play Hoptown tomorrow. 6:30 start time. Got the Duelers theme radio broadcast on Mixler and the video feed through Hoptown on YouTube. I'll tweet out links to both of those. Same thing Sunday. We head to full count and then on the road to Owensboro and Muhlenberg and then back home for a game on July 6th. That'll do it tonight. Thank you all for joining us for another edition of Duelers Baseball. This one, though, the Duelers were not victorious, unfortunately. The Rhythm get the win and are a half game back. Duelers record falls to 17-7. Rhythm's record improves to 17-8. I'll be with you tomorrow on Mixler. Hope to see you then. Thank you for tuning in to Duelers Baseball tonight and have a tremendous rest of your Friday evening, folks. Thank you for listening.